Okay, so our first step is to create the company and the users. There are multiple ways of creating the users and the company. You can go into users. If you just type in users here, you can do that. And then get to the user page. I've actually have favored this option here. It's in my favorites. So here are the users. Now you can create, let's say we're creating Harvey, right? I already created Harvey on this one. Harvey Specter, he is on here. He's a managing partner for SPL. But this is actually not the way to do it because then you have to create each individual user, which is not efficient if you have a massive list. Now, speaking of lists, you can also do an import. So you could import um, an Excel sheet that has all the users as long as the tables on that spreadsheet, excuse me, the columns on that spreadsheet matches what's on here. So that's one way of doing it as well. You just would simply do an import. So what we're going to do for this one, and I can show you guys how to do imports later. I believe I've done it before. Um, so I don't, I just do that in a separate video. But another option we can do is we can actually create basically a background script that would create the company name and we'll also create the users and try to tie in the users to who they report to. So that's what we're going to cover here. So to get to run this function, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our basically our glide record. Okay, we're going to use a script to create this. So let's go back to the home page, and under the home page, we just type in scripts. So just go ahead and type that in here, scripts, and then space. You can do background. I actually did favor this before, but you can also access it this way. So here is where we would create the company name, writing a script, and using the glide record, and also create each user for this company. And once we create the users, we would have them, report to whoever they need to. I'm hoping that's going to work, so we're going to go through that right now. So let's start first by creating the company name. So it's var gr, and then the company. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just create a new company here. Okay, and then we do new, and then we do the glide record. So we just find the glide record here. Um, glide record, it's right there. Okay. Then under glide record, we want to do the parentheses, and then just the core company that's going to go on here. Just go ahead and lower that lowercase, so core company. And this is the beauty of using scripts that, it sort of anticipates what you want to do here. And then we do the GR company here, which is right there, and dot add query. So we're going to be able to create the query here. So add query. So I'm not going to go step by step for everything on here because it's going to be a lot of typing. So I'm going to pause and sort of just copy everything in here or that I created already and then just run it. Okay, so let's do that right now. Okay, so I've written the scripts on here. Remember, if you do the slashes here, you can basically cancel that line. So here we're just saying what we're doing. Here we're creating the company if it doesn't exist. Again, this is the name of the company. It's called Pearson Spectalet or PSL. Then once we create the company, we start creating the users. Again, I went ahead and canceled this with the two slashes. Here we have Jessica, the last name, CEO, partner, head of HR. Now here is the one essentially challenge that we have is how do we capture all the different fields that are going to be matching to what's on here on the actual user. So if we go to, let me just go ahead and create another instance of this. Let me open another tab here real quick. And then what I mean is on the actual coding piece itself, how do we match those columns. So I'm just going to go here back and then I believe I have users. Yeah, it's right here, my favorites. So if you were to do, let's say we do Jessica Pearson. So just do Jessica. Here's what the user input looks like, or in the pictures of it on there. So these are the challenges that you have to account for when you do a script. These will be essentially columns that are on that user table. So the columns here need to be matched what's on the actual script itself. They're not matching right now. So that's one thing we have to look for. There is a title which does match. There's a department. So these fields will essentially be need to matched up on the script. So I'm going to redo this to make sure that the actual um, columns here are matching to what's on the user table. Okay, so I went ahead and I did some changes. Hopefully these changes will work. Again, it's not going to be a like for like input when we create the users. So it might be off a bit, but we'll see if this actually works. Went ahead and we executed the script here. All right, it looks like it created this. So let's go ahead and test it out. See if this actual company has been created. So see, let's navigate to application scope. We want to do Pearson. Let's see if it's on here. I think we have to log out to get into it, so I'll do that for now. Okay, so to verify that we did create the organization, actually we just go to organization and then companies, and under companies we just type in the new one, which is Pearson. uh, which is right here. So here's respect to lit, the organization we created, and here are the different users. As I mentioned, while it does take time to do a script. To basically do all this, you would still have to account for different items, and also if there's like custom groups that these people need to belong to. For instance, if we pull up, let's say we do Jessica Pearson, she will be part of the managing group. Now, there are no departments that are populated on here. We actually have to create them. So this will be if you were to, create a new company, you have to create this. You have to put the email, the business number, the business phone, and the mobile number. Um, so I already created these users just using the manually, so probably be easier to use those. Okay, so we're going to be adding the users to Pearson Spectral Lit. As you can see here, I already added Jessica Pearson. So we're going to do the same for the other ones. Now, I just did a quick filter and I filtered in the email contains at SPL. I understand that it should be PSL, but we changed it just for this case. So go to the first one, which is Daniel Hartman. Just double click here and just type in SPL or PSL, excuse me. I know that it's not going to match, so just type in Pearson, and that's it. That's how we would do it, and you can do it across these other ones as well. Now, there should be that slide option, so let's try it, see if we can do that. I don't think it's going to let me, but should be able to do it. Okay, so we did a quick filter, and we found everybody who works at SPL. So if we just highlight these here, these three, just go ahead and see if it will let us do this. Select all three. Might have to change the view on this to do all three of them. Yeah, it looks like we have to change the view. So we just change the view. Let's just do text search. And we have the company here. These are all the ones that work in that company. Now we should be able to simply copy that, and we just do Pearson here. Just copy that into Pearson. That name should apply to all three of them. So you can do the same thing up here. Just hold down your shift or control. Sorry, just that should be how you do this. I'm having a little bit of a hard time here, but anyway, so you get the gist. Just click on one of them, and it should come up. All right, perfect. Okay, it looks like this turned out to be just opposite, which is actually a video on creating your company and creating the user. So if we were to navigate to company, so let's just go back here and we just do companies. We went ahead and just do Pearson to screen or to filter for companies that we want, and it should be Pearson Spectral Lit. We have the company itself. We just got to fill out the information to put more information on here. This is what I wanted to see. Here are all the users that are tied to this company, and all of them have roles. All of them have titles. So now that we have the company created and we have the users, time for us to actually go ahead and create the workflow that we wanted to create for product assessments.